Hey guys, this week's exercise of the week is a box mountain climber or floor hump. So the reasons why we might prescribe this is if somebody's super tight and or weak through their anterior core or hip flexors. We can also prescribe this as a big toe mobilization. So somebody's very stiff through that big toe hallux joint. This mobilizes it at the same time and helps with overall global extension. So think of this as almost like a sprinting position. You'll see later we get a nice triple extension pattern through the lower body, but also a nice arch and extension through the upper body as well. So let's have a look at a few reps. Notice in this position we've got that big toe stretch. We're nicely extended through the knee, but we're most importantly getting a lot of hip extension, and eyes to the ceiling means we lengthen the anterior core and the abs as well. So this will be lengthening and strengthening that area, and usually people will feel wherever they're tight. This is a great option for people who struggle to get into their hip flexors or their lower abs because their upper abs dominate, and we can drive directly from the hip. So it takes out the thoracic spine from the equation as well. So if somebody, when they do any extension pattern, it either comes from the lower legs or the upper spine, the thoracic spine, we can get a good amount of length through the abs, lower abs, and hip flexors, and train that global extension into global flexion pattern. You can play with the box height to emphasize the aspect of that anterior chain you're looking to work on. But like I say, one of the reasons this is so good is because we get everything at the same time. Big toe, this is a great toe off position. Imagine somebody like exploding out of the blocks as a sprinter. This is a similar shape that they will get into from a lower leg point of view, but we also get nice amounts of length through the hip flexors without demanding too much of the quads or too much of thoracic extension. So I like to do this alternating legs, and you can also drive the knee wider. So if you use a bigger box, you'll have to go wider, and we can then replicate that aspect of gait where we transfer our weight from one foot to the other side. So we're not just pushing forwards, we're also pushing across from one foot to the other. So whether you're trying to work on your core, your foot mechanics, your gait patterns, this movement has a lot of applications. And if you give it a try, you'll feel what I mean. And it's an easier way to get more length than a traditional mountain climber or floor hump on the floor. Because of this elevation, we demand a greater amount of lengthening through that anterior chain. Please give it a go, guys. Let me know how you get on. And don't forget to check out all the other exercises of the week on School or the Movement Mechanics exercise library on our YouTube channel.